Good morning, book besties. As you all know, finals just wrapped up. So I started reading The Summer I Turned Pretty, legitimately. It took me 3 days to finish these 3 books. I was sat the entire time. Mind you, I went into this as Team Conrad, and I left out of this Team Conrad. So, let's get into my review of all 3 of these books. Starting off song with The Summer I Turned Pretty, which is the first book in the trilogy, gave her 3 stars. Now, hear me out. Gave it 3 stars because it's literally just her talking about the changes that she had because she turned pretty. The plot wasn't really plotting there, and everything was kind of wishy-washy with Jeremiah and Conrad. You can definitely tell that it's a YA book. Like a YA book for high school or something. Or middle school even. Then we get to It's Not Summer Without You. I feel like this is when the plot really picked up. Well, 1, spoilers if you've never read any of the book, watched any of the shows, Susanna dies. That was traumatic to even read about and experience on the TV show. I also kind of hated the fact that Beck was sort of looming over them and saying how she was going to end, how Belly was going to end up with one of her boys. Which I understand. You could always dream that, your best friend's kid ends up with your best friend's son. And, you know what I mean? It felt sort of off to me. Anyway, I gave the second one 4 stars because more spoilers ahead. They're there to save the house. And it explains pretty quickly Conrad and her's relationship and how it ended, but how she still thinks of him. And then we're getting into the relationship with Jeremiah, obviously towards the end of this book. And leading into the third, I was in a space where I was like, what team am I? Because what team am I? After the second book, I was sort of sad for her and Jeremiah. I was like, oh. I could see the appeal there, I guess. But then, with any good romance, we find out how immature he is and how not my type he is. Guess. He's just, not mature enough. I don't think Jeremiah, in this sort of sense, ever really was. And then to find out what he did to Belly, and then to propose, I'm thankful that Conrad intervened, said what he said, and they ended up together in the end. That was reading about them getting married. I felt icky. And if you follow me on Goodreads, my notes pretty much say it all. So follow me on Goodreads. That being said, book 2 got a 4-star. Book 3, 5. I told you I'd come out the gates running. I shall see you in another book review. Bye.